Howdy, this is Doug over at Red Chip Poker, and I wanted to answer a question by Jay Rules. He was playing in a 5 to 500 spread limit, but because he's only got $170, that doesn't really affect him at all. So it's really just a 3-5 no limit game. And he's got $170 or 34 big blinds with pocket eights under the gun. He limps, and I'm just never going to advocate open limping. So I don't like that move right there. Then someone ends up raising from 5 to 15. It comes back to our man. And if we use the rule of 20 here, if you want to set mine, you're going to need about 20 times your call, which would mean that you want 200 to make this call, not 170. Now, with so many people already in and you're virtually closing the action, it's not a terrible situation, but it's not one I'm looking to get into either. So I think the stacks were barely tall enough to be doing any of this with pocket eights. Shorter stacks like this need to have stronger hands, and I just don't think you can play this profitably. All right, the flop comes out and it checks around, and that's just a disaster for us. It's not like this is a super draw heavy board, but if we've got a hand, the problem that most players have is they call too much. The way that you exploit that is betting for value, and with the second nuts here, you've certainly got a value hand. I just don't even mess around. I bet these out. As it turns out, he did start betting on the turn, but then the flush came in. The flush is a very reasonable holding for the villain, and when he checks to the villain bets, and hero correctly folds. So I think if we bet the flop, ace-3 just goes away. That's a little bit results-oriented, and maybe you just take down the 75 pre-flop, or take down the 75 on the flop, but nothing wrong with that. You want to bet for value, and sometimes you're not going to get paid off. That's fine. All right, if you like this kind of thing, check out the Red Chip Poker forums.